Radio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
But y'all want to talk about the Juggernaut fight next week before we close it out? Are y'all good or what's up?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we could definitely talk about Joe Joyce and Carlos Takam. Yeah. See, unfortunately, next weekend we would be talking about Wilder and Fury 3, but unfortunately, we mentioned the fuckery what happened last week between those two. So really, the only real notable fight for next weekend is Joe Joyce and Carlos Takam. Because, Joe Joyce, he's still fresh off his career best victory over Daniel Dubois. He busted his eye, broke bones in his eye, all types of stuff. Off 10 rounds of jabbing. So don't ever say that, jabs are non-essential and you're stat padding or any bullshit.
Jamel Charlo.
Well, all jabs are not created equal.
Right.
That slow ass Joe Joyce jab, jeez.
Yes,
I feel like you could run around the ring in circles for 3 seconds and come back and still slip his jab.
Right, but for some reason that jab landed. That was that. Because Joe Joyce is half Nigerian anyway, so that was the fufu jab. So
Dubois wasn't fucking ducking, wasn't slipping or doing anything.
Yeah, no, he was just taking that shit, which is a huge failing on his fundamentals, not to adjust to a slow jab.
So it makes you appreciate real pressure fighters who know how to slip punches, block, parry, and not get beat up by fucking jabs.
Exactly. Have their careers threatened by injuries inflicted by jabs.
A fucking jab, like
you know what I'm saying? You gotta get it together, man. And Joe Joyce now originally, he was in negotiations to fight Usyk. It was bid for the interim WBO heavyweight title because they were trying to make Joshua and Fury for all the belts, and then that would have been. Which everyone I was anticipating. I wanted that more than a fucking Wilder rematch with Fury. That's for damn sure. But unfortunately, the law just, decided that Wilder was owed a third shot, and then we are worse for it as fans. So yes, Joe Joyce as consolation, he got Carlos Takam. Now, Carlos Takam is obviously he's seen better days, but he's on a 4-fight winning streak so far after getting brutally knocked out by Chisora. I'm talking about brutally.
So, in a fight of the year candidate.
Fight of the year candidate.
Yeah, let's say that it wasn't just like he and Malik Scott him or something.
Yeah, no. It was a legit fight of the year candidate, and Chisora scores a brutal knockout of Takam. So yeah, Takam was on the ground looking like he had birds spinning around his head. That's how messed up he was from that knockout. But hey, he recovered. He has a nice 4th fight winning streak. So I guess like I said, this will most likely probably be Takam's real last chance to actually get to try to get some momentum going towards another title shot. So. Yeah, Joe Joyce, Carlos Takam. So LB, man, what do you think about this? How do you see this fight going?
Juggernaut by KO. Maybe 8 rounds, 7 rounds. In a good fight though. Takam, he always gives a good account of himself. But Joe Joyce is just a higher pedigree. He's like a wall that punches at you.
Yeah, it's like, dude, just and funny things too is like when you watch him in the World Series of boxing fights, he had, he's probably like maybe 30 pounds less. He's a lot more defined. He moves a lot more. He moves a lot better. But then he also seems he doesn't take punches as well. Obviously with the aforementioned Usyk fight, where Usyk is pretty much, painting a masterpiece on his face, and in the ring in general. So it's just like you see him now, and dude is just like immovable object. I am the Juggernaut, bitch. I'm moving forward. It's interesting, and yeah, I personally Takam is not the most durable fighter these days. Dude has suffered some hellacious knockouts though, and although Takam can punch though, but I think Joe Joyce is just gonna walk right through him. It's like he's been doing with everyone else.
With everyone else.
Yeah, pretty much. Like if Dubois can punch, and he walked right through that.
But Dubois wasn't fighting the right fight though either. Like
he was not. No, and Stavern was lighting him up at times. Walked right through him. Like
and Stavern, he was just waiting for them Charlo left hook counters.
Exactly.
You can take that, then it's over.
Yeah, BY was throwing everything at him too. Couldn't really dent him. And then then there was the low blows that started happening. Yeah, Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is a big dude, like 6'6", 260 pounds, give or take. Yeah, like but the only knock against Joe Joyce is he's 35 years old. So it's like it's now or never with him. Like, dude has to. Like, Takam, obviously, he beats Takam, then they need to, try to, figure out the title shit out. But, yeah, I do think...
It's a good stay busy fight, though. It's a quality stay busy fight.
It is. Pilot, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm similar to LB. I think Joyce will get him out there mid-rounds. We might see uppercut season in return. I don't know, the Daniel Dubois fight proved to me a lot. I thought Joe Joyce was a little, not suspect, but I thought he was, he's average. He's decent. But he's shown he's older. He's definitely a solid, one of the better heavyweights we have. So
he is.
I think this is Takam's last hurrah, but this will be taking him out like Old Yeller, and Joyce will probably get him out of there before 7 or 8.
Yeah. That's probably later than what I'm thinking. ALP, what about you?
Joyce gets him out of there in 6. Takam is over the hill, done, washed.
Okay, so we got 6, and then Pilot says 7. LB, what about you? What round are you thinking?
Yeah, I know I said 7 or 8. Maybe 7 rounds. Yeah, I think I'll go with 7.
For some reason, I'm thinking that JoJo gets him out of there by round 4. Like I'm seeing, and mostly because I think Takam's punch resistance is just not where it needs to be, and JoJo
he's on a little streak. He might. Because Joe Joyce don't really fight with a super urgency. It's more like if you can't take it.
He don't.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't. He just fights at his own pace. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But it worked for him. That's
it does.
Yeah.
So I would say 7 rounds. It really shouldn't go past 8 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just kind of like that. What's that fight we had the other with what's the dude who ain't fight nobody for ever?
Oh boy,
the Mexican nigga. Zerto.
Zerto.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like we all, we put a cap on the fight. Like, okay, look, you can't go past 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's for this fight. I think Joe Joyce, he's been sparring or working with that one UFC big heavyweight. I can't pronounce his name.
Francis Ngannou?
Ngannou?
Yeah, he the underpaid big nigga.
That's everyone in the UFC.
Yeah, I'm like, if you hanging tough with him, I know, that's, UFC, but, if you even just sparring and doing work with a guy like that, you getting good work.
Yeah, you definitely got to find some good work, especially for big heavyweights. Takam is not a small man himself. He's like 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", 230-something pounds. So, he's a pretty sizable guy. But, like I said, I'm still sticking to I think it's going to be a 4-round knockout. You guys are saying 7 and 8. 2 7s and 1 8.
No, I said 6.
Oh, 6.
Yeah, he said 6.
I think 5. Thinking about it, I'm thinking I was gonna say 6, but I don't want to take peak answers, so I'm gonna rock with 5.
Okay.
Damn. So we're like, all right. So 5, 6, 7, and
4.
Pat, what's you?
4, 5, 6, 7. I think 4.
5.
Yeah, I'm about to say CeeLo and Head Crack. If someone
Yeah,
say that.
Cool G rap song.
No, it's like Head Crack.
So if it goes 8, then he gets all the smoke then.
Yeah.
I hereby declare round 8 is the cap off.
Yeah.
for smoke. If this fight goes around 8, yeah, he's getting smoked. If it's not, okay, we'll let him off the hook. You know, ring game.
Like if it's 8 rounds, but you know Takam's getting the shit beaten out of him, but somehow still hanging in there. I'm just like, okay, maybe the ref in the corner is failing him. You know?
Yeah.
You know, but
I see Takam at least making a decent account of himself. Though I just don't see him getting this beat up like that at first, because Joyce is a guy where you could hit him, and you'll catch him. You'll probably put hands on him, but it's just one of those. You hit a wall enough, it might fall on you.
Yeah, like Takam, like in his 5 losses, he has 3 knockouts, and in every one of those knockouts, I mean, the Povetkin knockout is brutal as fuck. There's no question about that. But he still made a good.
One Povetkin knockout isn't brutal as fuck. First of all,
yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, yeah,
he got some of the worst knockouts in like heavyweight, like the recent history, like recent heavyweight like times.
Yeah, brutal knockout. And then the Joshua knockout, I mean, it was a TKO, and like truthfully, it's not one of Joshua's better knockouts or highlights, but you know, it's one of those.
He made up for it with the damn Povetkin fight, though.
He did, and then the aforementioned Chisora knockout, which it was a fight of the year abroad, and in just brutal fashion. It was.
Yeah, we was getting fight of the years in every division that year, though.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so
damn,
like,
good boxing.
Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely like the last round for Takam, like in terms of him being an actual contender, because he's 40 years old. You know what I mean? There's not much. I mean, I know heavyweights, they have a hard time like removing some of the past like generations in that division.
Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
Joseph Parker.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah,
like,
y'all go in life and death with dudes Klitschko beat in their primes.
I'm saying, or David
Vitaly
Hay.
Klitschko.
Yeah, so or David Hay beat clearly in the prime. Like, nah, y'all got to get it together.
See, at least the David Hay don't feel as bad because at least that's a little more recent. Like, you know, David Hay retired a couple years ago, but like, nigga, Vitaly been gone for like a minute now.
Exactly.
Shout out to both of them, man. You know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so this head crack, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, right?
Yeah, there's 7 though. There's a 7 in there.
Oh shit, niggas got the whole cap off. Like, that'd be like the stretch of bets right there. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, so like I said, if it ends before 4, then like okay, Joyce is not fucking around no more. You know, if it ends after 8, but there's a knockout, then like okay, then we have to judge it just based on how the fight goes. If it goes a distance, then then we have to see what the hell Joyce needs to do.
Yeah, then I get my Larry Merchant voice on and be like, "You got some splaining to do."
Yeah.
So that means you got to knock out Usyk the next time, and then we'll be like, "You did some splaining."
Okay, right?
No, I swear he killed me in that damn Devin Alexander Matisse fight. Oh shit! Damn, man, boxing is like, how can you not love boxing?
Yeah, no, boxing. I love boxing. I love talking about it. I love watching it. Boxing is key.
Love doing it. It's the greatest sport ever.
It is, it certainly is. Boxing, I don't understand how people cannot like boxing. Boxing is the shit. When you can enjoy it on a level like this, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Actually, man, boxing. I look forward to boxing so much at the end of the week when it's a great fight.
Absolutely. And it's a shame though that the Wild and Fury, the shit got moved, and because fuck that fight though, but the undercard though was what I was looking forward to anyways.
There you go.
Yeah,
that undercard was going to be epic.
But at least though we did get word that the undercard is going to remain intact, so it's not going to be broken up. So it
better be shit. No trailer bullshit.
Yeah. So it's going to be intact for October 9th, which is now the new date for that. Just so everyone that
because Triller separated them damn undercard bouts like the fucking Dragon Balls.
Well, hopefully they can replace it for something better. I'm all for what they're doing, but the main fight needs to have a better card. Excuse me. So
Yeah, let's get that George St. Pierre, Oscar De La Hoya fight.
yeah, pretty much. Because I mean, other than that, I don't. They need to get this shit over with, and so this division is not being held up anymore.
Let me see Pat versus the LDBC nigga. Like, I'm good. I'm promoting that shit heavy. Yeah, we got the Nigerian assassin come here, boom, boom, boom. Let's go. I mean, I'm gonna be doing little cut up videos with the damn mitts. Like, yeah. Damn. Nothing else really been happening in boxing before we close this out. Shout outs to Jake Paul for creating a better pay-per-view card than a lot of other damn top level boxers be doing when given the opportunity.
Right?
Is Serrano on the undercard?
Yeah.
He's the co-main.
Serrano and Charles Conway.
Yeah. And also just mention Montana Love because he's another welterweight prospect over there. So I definitely got to mention him as well.
Dude, legit putting people on that deserve to be put on. Like, how can you hate Jake Paul? Like,
Jake Paul. Go ahead, Pilot.
It's mainly the MMA fanboys that seem to just hate on him somewhat. I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of boxing heads don't really hate. I mean, there are obviously some pure.
Boxers be hating on his ass
Boxers
too.
Hate him too. But
I mean, I think more MMA guys, like you said, though.
Yeah,
because he's been ripping Dana White and saying pay your fighters, and they don't want to hear that.
And on top of that, he's knocked out. He's knocking out MMA fighters in the ring. Like he just knocked out a notable, although past his prime and probably like half retired MMA fighter. So it's like
MMA fighter that was never a puncher.
Yeah, exactly.
But look, this is the thing. If you have fighting experience, whether it was in kicking, punching, wrestling, judo, I don't give a fuck. Just to have fighting experience, you still should be able to beat a guy like Jake Paul, though.
Nope.
Yeah, and the fact that it happens, like, because unfortunately, there's a lot of sensitivity, between MMA fighters and MMA fans and boxer fans. Because MMA fans stay with the boxer only uses your hands. They use everything. But the fact that Jake Paul, who's not really Jake Paul doesn't have the reputation as being a legit boxer because right now he's.
And that's what I'm saying. Is that Jake Paul literally probably walked into a boxing gym 3-4 years ago, as opposed to a guy like Askren, who's been in gyms and training and fighting for years.
Yeah, and
does that account for anything? Like.
No, not when it comes to boxing. So if you don't know how to punch, you don't know how to punch. No, those MMA fighters.
It should account for something if you're fighting a novice level boxer. No one's saying he's supposed to knock out fucking damn Gary Russell or somebody.
Right.
But they're not training.
He's not fighting a blue chip fucking prospect.
They're not training
with 3 fights.
But they're not training in boxing, and their striking
it don't matter. I'm talking about
does. Yes, it does. But
at that level is not the biggest fucking no one could convince me that shit matters like that at that level.
I don't care. I want to see that Woodley fight though. Woodley Paul. I mean, I'm interested. I want to see how that goes. That card sounds good, but
yeah.
Okay, if Jay Paul knocks out Woodley, are we gonna say the same thing?
What?
I already said like Paul's gonna get Woodley out of there in 1. That's just he's not.
Yeah, I still see. I agree with Pat. Like,
Woodley
he's gonna get him out of there early.
Yeah, Woodley is gone in 1. So
that shit. The cap on that is like 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I know Jake Paul mentioned about the first round, and he said taking him into deep waters. I'm like, deep waters got to be 3 rounds.
Yeah. Because if Paul goes deep waters, then his cardio will get tested. So I mean, he might not want that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it like, what are you doing in the gym? If are we saying the first time Askren ever fucking had to deal with somebody punching at him was the Jake Paul fight?
Yeah,
I mean, but they don't know how to approach. It's different striking. Their striking is not the same as boxing. They don't know how to punch properly.
Of course not. But there's niggas there was Woodley's problem. Well, all the niggas he knocked out probably say, well, you know what, he knocked me out, but he didn't punch me properly, but it hurt.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. But
I
it's
ain't making
different.
excuses for these niggas, man. Like,
It's different. I'm saying I'll take a somebody that's been boxing for 2 years over somebody in MMA that doesn't know how to strike, doesn't know how to actually properly punch.
okay, but you gotta finish the comparison. The person in MMA who doesn't know how to strike properly has been fighting for 20 years.
If he doesn't know how to strike properly, it doesn't matter.
Then what the fuck is he doing fighting for 20 years then?
He's fighting in something different. He's fighting in a different department.
It don't matter. A fight is a fucking fight.
It does not. It does matter.
And not at that level. We're not comparing. You act like we're bringing this man to fight the damn reincarnation of fucking Francisco Pachito Bajado or somebody.
Oh Lord.
I mean, but
Like-
it's telling though that in the 3 fights that Jake Paul had, the one that probably fought him the hardest or the best is a fucking other YouTuber, not Nate
Exactly.
Robinson, Askren. Like, that's fucking ridiculous to me. Not Nate Robinson was a given because Nate Robinson, exposed how the limited people really know about the fight game. But a YouTuber, YouTubers should not have a better performance against Jake Paul than a fucking professional fighter that's been fighting for like 20 years. Like, no, that's unacceptable.
I mean, at this point, that YouTuber will probably beat Askren then.
Shit, that YouTuber will probably have a pro victory
Yes.
support.
If we go that far, like, goddamn, like, what's the point of fucking even fighting if a nigga with Jake Paul experience is piecing you up in boxing and you and you're fucking losing to that, like,
It's not boxing.
boxing promos.
Yeah, in the fight,
It's different. It's different. It's different when you it's different when you know how to punch. Like,
Dude, you got fucking boxers who don't know how to fucking punch.
that's why I'm saying it's like putting a guy in a street fight that's been street fighting for years and then putting them up against a guy that's only been boxing for a year. I'll take the guy who's been boxing for a year that actually knows how to properly punch.
Yeah, that's different though. The street fighter ain't fucking fighting, ain't no control them. Like, that's different. What the fuck? You're talking about a pro fight, dude. Even an MMA guy for fighting 20 years should beat the street fighter.
But unfortunately, it just was not the case with Askren. Askren pretty much like, you know what? I'm getting $500,000 plus whatever side deal they have. Let me just get clocked one time, and I'm good, and I can go back to stuffing my face.
And the fact that because everybody said, like, everybody was like, well, he's not going to knock Askren out because Askren has a great chin and he's been punched so many.
That was
that bullshit.
Yeah,
But that's why I'm saying it's different when you're dealing with somebody who can actually prop.
that was the shit that was absolutely killing me. I was like, yo, like, just because he took a flying knee to the fucking grill doesn't mean that he can't get knocked out by a punch. That's a knee. Knees are harder than fists for most of the time. Like,
But even then, I'm sure somebody threw punches at this guy before. Like,
absolutely.
niggas are not gonna tell me a guy doing MMA for 20-some years and just woke up and say, you know what? This is the first time I'll ever put on boxing gloves for this Jake Paul fight. You know what? This is the first time someone's gonna throw a jab at me. Like, nah.
Yeah, I gotta say, I see DZ logged on. Salute DZ. I see.
The punches that they throw in MMA rarely constitute as fucking jabs. Like, no jabs, no like, it's different. They don't know how to properly punch.
They don't.
The fight experience. And I'm saying the fight experience.
Okay, why do you think
to make up for that?
Like, why do you think those MMA fighters look so bad in fucking when they spar actual boxers? Like, look how bad Shields made fucking Cyborg look in that sparring.
Nigga, you comparing a fucking 2-time gold medalist to fucking come on.
But it's the point.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, this is the thing. You have to keep going out to compare better boxers to make the point. We're talking about a novice boxer against someone who's had 20 years of fighting experience. Whether he's a wrestler, judo, that should count for something. Unless, then I'm gonna just go out and just say it since people don't want to say it. Boxing is the superior fighting sport.
It is. It's the more skilled sport. That's all. As far as like, cause they're like, well, they'll say, you know,
You could be on any level. You could be any level of boxer. You could be the highest level of MMA.
It's true. Just saying.
Yeah, I then we'll just say that. Then.
It's more skilled. It's more
Because
skilled.
20 years of MMA experience don't count for shit. If
In boxing, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
against a prospect, it should, but Jake Paul proved it doesn't.
Yeah, you know. But like I said, Jake Paul will eventually get. I mean, he'll eventually run into someone, and he will eventually get. Oh shit! Oh shit! My bad. My Echo Dot's going off.
Start on the video sharing that font.
It's all good.
Sorry about that. My Echo got triggered. My bad, y'all. It actually, and I didn't even
Echo's
say
an
the word
MMA
Echo.
fan.
I didn't even say the word Alexa or Echo, so I'm mad. I'm actually mad. That thing actually just came on. It just
We
lit
started
up.
picking
when I
up
said-
boxing too hard.
Yeah, we said Jake Paul. And that shit lit up.
We was like, boxing's the #1 fighting technique.
Oh.
But fucking Echo wasn't having that shit. The Echo gonna transform, nigga. You had to box up that Echo.
Yeah, no, I had to unplug that shit because it was about to go rattle off Jake Paul's whole biography.
That shit about to transform to Optimus Prime. It hit you with them Joyce jabs. You be running around in the living room. Oh, so that's a cartoon right there. Oh my god.
Oh, yo, yeah, you know. More cartoon topics, yeah, more cartoon stories.
But yeah, boxing is a superior martial arts sport. If I'm training anybody if you want to learn how to defend yourself, learn boxing first, and anything else afterwards,
Facts.
and you'll be good.
Yes,
All this. What if the fight goes to the ground? No one thinks like that. Because no one trying to roll around in fucking project hood neighborhoods and roll around on needles and broken glass and pencils and all types of random shit.
I mean, there are dudes that do try to take you down. Like, it happens a lot. So, but start with the boxing first.
Yeah, usually when they getting their ass whooped with their hands.
right.
Then the takedown is also okay. Fuck it, let me take them down now.
Right.
Well, yeah, I know the MMA cats probably gonna be mad at us, but this is Ring Gang.
Yeah,
We stand on our
Yeah,
boxing.
too bad. This is Ring Gang, not
Too bad.
Octagon. No, it's Ring Gang, not Octagon Gang. Fuck out of here.
Facts. And if you got a problem with it, y'all better pick a better motherfucker to beat Jake Paul. That's
Facts.
the story.
Facts.
But we could go all day about fighting experience, but at the end of the day, Jake Paul trumped that shit.
Yeah, and like I say, and in boxing, somehow, some way, boxing has the answer for that shit. But we're waiting for it. We're waiting for that answer.
Yeah.
But I think that's a perfect place to stop for today.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I mean, do some final thoughts. LB, I'll let you go first, man. Your final thoughts.
Oh man, shout out to the squad, DZ, Prolific, Big Rome, PJ Fight Architect, Soprano Sundays. Y'all check out the website, Twitter. We got that new Key Sopranos song, video, ink shit. That's just fire, dope visual, the angles, my nigga doing it, Jersey stand up. Yada. Let's go, Ring Gang. Motherfucking episode 3 cartoon on its way is dropping this week.
Yes, sir.
Prolific hit me up. We got that fire. I put a little clip on TikTok. Follow your boy. Fuck with it.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the 154 division for always giving us great motherfucking fights, regardless of these horrible ass judges.
Yes, sir.
And shit, Return of the Sample Kings out. Uppercut season out. Y'all follow us. Ring Gang, Podomatic, YouTube, Anchor, everywhere. Come fuck with your boy.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what it is, man. AOP, your final thoughts?
It's Ring Gang all day, every day, twice on Sundays.
Yes.
Oh, Ring Gang all day, every day, twice on Sundays. I had to say it again. So I mean, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Good weekend of boxing. Minus the fuckery, but I mean, honestly, like I just gotta always remind myself that for every good boxing, there's always some fuckery to go with it. So it's always gonna be the sesame seeds on my bun. You can't fucking avoid it. And I'm not gonna.
Nigga, that's a lot of fucking fuckery, bro. Like they just poured it out on the food, like
Yeah. Oh my god, there's always gonna be fuckery, but I mean, otherwise, you know what it is. You know where to find us on YouTube, Instagram, ringgangradio.com, Twitter, Facebook. You know the deal.
Yes, sir. Ayo, Pilot, your final thoughts?
You know what it is, Ringing Radio on everything. Google, Bing, it doesn't matter. Any platform, we're on it. Good week, good Saturday night of boxing. Hopefully the coming weeks, despite having COVID or not having COVID, play a role. Hopefully, but anyways, this Ringing Radio. Glad to be here and just keep at it.
Yes, sir.
God bless.
All right, and then myself, like I said, it's unfortunate. Like I said, next weekend it will be a little reprieve from boxing, which is good. Because although we do get a fight, it's not the fight. But like I said, there's always some stuff brewing that we're talking about. Trust me, like it's gonna pick up some more and whatnot. And then, but yeah, definitely, we're on everything. All you need to do is either go to our website, ringgangradio.com, or just put in Ringgang Radio in your search, and it will take you to where you need to be. From Podomatic to Anchor to Apple and Google Podcasts, whatever, man. But especially our YouTube, man. So yeah, definitely, definitely sub to that shit and tell your friends to sub to that shit, and then we can all be friends. You dig?
Yeah, get them subs up. Shit, we should be at 1,000 by now.
Yeah, I know y'all listening because there are times that people will be kind of taking off some of the things that we do. You know what I'm saying? Because like originality counts for a lot of things, and we are the most original motherfuckers out here. You know what I mean? So yeah, you do that, and if you feel real generous, we got we got a little thing you can make a donation to for for some more fire content. If you choose.
Yeah, we ain't like all these other niggas out here. Like get them likes up. I'll be some in the super chat. Nah. You just bless it if you can. Shit.
Yeah,
Stop biting.
Absolutely. Yeah. So other than that, so for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, for King P, Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time. Peace.